Good morning, everybody. What's going on? Hopefully everybody's doing great on this beautiful Tuesday. I'm going to go ahead and get the timer set up. Also, make sure we have some water right next to us. For our resistance today, if you guys got dumbbells, you use dumbbells, kettlebells, plates, book bags, anything like that. I'm going to be using some competitors, Tide, dark studio colors, and some Downy. And also I'm going to swap out sometimes just for sake of switching it up. We're going to be using a resistance band, and this is just a green one, so it's not anything super crazy. And then also make sure you guys stick along with me, and I want to make sure that we go through 3 rounds of everything. We're going to do 2 together, and I want you guys to just do 1 on your own, so you guys can go at the same time as me, and then pause it after the first round, and then continue after you finish a whole nother round through yourself. That way we're finishing up together, and I'm just going to go ahead and get the clock set up right next to us. Perfect. So I'll just give everybody a minute, go ahead, get everything set up, and then also I'm going to show you guys the workout on the whiteboard, and you guys can take a screenshot of it, write it down, and be able to save it, or whatever you guys need to do. You like my fancy, beautiful purple straw. So we're going to go ahead and flip this around. We're working with today. So for the warm-up, we have jumping jacks, supine leg kicks, and knee drops. For core, we're going to be doing hollow body holds. We're going to be doing side planks and sit-ups. And then we're going to be moving on down. We're into the next block. We got forward, backward, and side lunge. We're going to be supersetting that with push-ups and squats. Then we're going to be moving on down. We're going to have front raises, reverse flies, and curls. Then for the conditioning block, we're going to be doing side hops, high knees, and shoulder taps. So go ahead and write that down, or once again, you guys can take a screenshot. I'll just leave that on there for another few seconds. That way everybody can kind of get a view of it. Apologize for my shaky hand, and also apologize for my chicken scratch of writing. Awesome. Let's go ahead and flip that camera around. Hopefully you guys are ready to work today. We're going to get after it. So we're going to start with that warm-up. So we got jumping jacks, into the supine leg kicks, into the knee drops. And so each exercise, the duration is going to be 30 seconds, and then we'll move on. And we're going to have 30-second rest intervals between each block, okay? So we're going to go through all of them together twice, and want you guys to do a third one on your own, all right? Challenge yourselves. And then also, make sure you guys are jumping in the different workouts throughout the week. If you are, you didn't know, we're going to be live streaming Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 9. That's going to be a full body workout. 9 to 10 is a speed workout. 10 to 11 is another full body workout. So make sure you guys are tuning in for all those. And we have different coaches on them on different days, so that way you guys are going to get a nice variety. Variety is the spice of life. Megan, what's up? Ryan, what's up? I see you all out there. So let's get into the jumping jacks, into the warm-up portion, get our body warm, loose, and ready to get after it. Hopefully you guys dig the tunes I got in the back. All right, and we're going to wait for the clock. We got about 15 more seconds. That way everything's going to be nice and in sync with our clock. So get up, get your arms moving, roll your neck out, roll your ankles out, get your body ready to wake up. We're going to get after it. Crack the back. All right, we got 2, 1, let's go. Also, if you haven't noticed from last video, there's a new super duper soft carpet. So keep working at home, but it's just like, it makes you want to rub your face on the carpet. It's just super soft. It's awesome. We got 13 seconds left on the clock. Then we're going to be getting into the supine leg kicks. Supine leg kicks, we're going to be laying on our back. One leg's going to be bent, one leg's going to be straight, and we're just going to be kicking it up, stretching out those hamstrings and time. So what that's going to look like, left leg's bent, right leg is completely straight, locked out, kicking up as high as we can, stretching out those hamstrings. We got 30 seconds, and we're going to go each side for this one, all right? Nice big kick, stretch out those hammies, get it as low to the ground as you can, and up as high as you can. Also, when we're doing this, we want to keep that ankle dorsiflex. That's just a fancy word for my toes pointing down towards my head as opposed to pointing away. We want it down just like that. And good. Go ahead and switch sides. And you might notice one leg's probably a little bit tighter than the other. That's all right. Try to keep that low back down on the ground, keeping that posterior tilt so we're not arching that back like this, so we don't want our hand to be able to get under. Push that back flat. That way that hand cannot go anywhere, all right? Right after this, we're going to be getting the knee drops. We're just going to be lifting a leg up, dropping it over to the side, loosen up that low back and hip. So it's going to look like this right here. Up, drop, touch, down. Other leg up, drop, touch, down. And this one, it is alternating. So we're just gonna go 30 seconds, and that's gonna cover both sides. Then right after we're done with this, we're gonna have a 30-second break before we get to the next block. Make sure you're moving as much as you can in this warm-up. There's gonna be very short rest periods, so make sure we're making the most of the warm-up and the movements. Boom, we got 30 seconds of rest on the clock. If you guys have any questions before we move on to the next block, go ahead, comment them down below. Also, we got 20 seconds more of rest. I want to throw out there a challenge to everybody. Try to do 3 workouts in one day. Try to do the 8 o'clock, the 9 o'clock, and the 10 o'clock. It's going to be tough, challenging, it's going to be different, it's going to be fun. So moving on to the core block, we have a hollow body hold. The way we do that, we're going to be on our back. Arms and legs are extended just like this right here. And we're going to hold that for 30 seconds. Time's already started. Once again, same thing. Try to keep that low back down on the ground. If it puts too much stress on your neck, having your hands above your head, you guys can have it right here. One thing I want to avoid is holding this head and cranking it up, all right? So make sure that your arms, you're either making sure that back's nice and flat, you can be touching your core, making sure it's engaged, or you can have them out right here into the true hollow body hold position. We got 4 seconds left on the clock. Then we're going to be getting straight into a side plank right here, all right? So for that side plank, couple modifications. If you want, you can have your hand down right there to kind of help, or you can have your feet not stacked on top of each other. If you want to have them staggered like this, you can, or if you want a little bit more of a challenge, go ahead and stack them. And once again, we're going to be hitting 30 seconds on each side, so right after the time hits 0, we're going to flip on over, and the clock will reset right for another set of 30 for us. 3, 2, 1, quickly switch sides. Same thing, right back up. Making sure that those hips aren't sagging down to the ground at all. Keep them up. Keep that core nice and engaged. So we're going to be working it isometrically. This is great for the transverse abdominis, which is real deep underside the true core. And then also our obliques is what we're going to be working isometrically here as well. We got 9 seconds on the clock. Right after this, we're just going to be getting into our basic sit-ups. Knees bent, arms across the chest, sitting all the way up. And time. Perfect. Right to the sit-ups. Right here. Arms across the chest, sitting all the way up. Boom. And time yourself, challenge yourself. See how many repetitions you can get, right? So see how many you get on the first round. Write it down on your whiteboard or a piece of paper, or just keep it in mind. And then the next round, try to get more. And the next round, try to get even more, all right? We got 6 seconds left on the clock. Then we'll have 30-second rest before we get into the next block. 2, 1, let's sneak another one in. Perfect. So we got 30 seconds on the clock. Then we're going to be getting into a forward, backward, side lunge, all right? And we're going to go 30 seconds, and that's going to be each side because it's not going to be alternating. Then we're going to be getting into push-ups and squats immediately to follow that, all right? We got about 11 seconds. So for the forward, backward, and side lunge, we're going to go forward. Make sure I got some room. We're going to come back, and we're going to hit a lateral lunge right there, all right? And let's get it. Forward lunge. Backward, side, right there. Forward, back, side. Perfect. We got 20 seconds left on the clock. Nice big steps. We go to the side, sit down and back on the hip, make sure the weight's going back. We don't want any of the pressure out pushing on that kneecap to the side, right? Everything's nice in the line, right there, perfect. We got 6 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1, and perfect, same thing on the other side. Front, back, I'm kicking my computer chair a little bit, and lateral, perfect. Front, I'll give you guys a little quad and calf shot in there. Tibialis anterior, boom. There we go. And once again with this is something, if it's too easy, you guys can pick up your laundry detergent like I got off to the side, or if you have dumbbells, kettlebells, book bags, sandbag, anything like that, you guys can use that for resistance as well. And time. Right to the push-ups. Chest and chin, touch the ground, every single rep. Right there. Full lockout, no half reps. All the way up, all the way down. We got 10 seconds left on the clock. 3, 2, 1, and good. Right to the body weight squats. Get nice and deep, as low as we can. Once again, side profile, keeping that chest up, 45-degree angle in the back right there. Getting as low as we can. Same thing here. If you need some resistance, go ahead, hold that detergent, hold a plate, a barbell, kettlebell, dumbbell, anything you guys got for some resistance, all right? And time. Perfect. So we got 30 seconds of rest. Then we're gonna be getting to the more upper body of the pump. So we're gonna be doing front raises, reverse flies, and curls. Once again, we can use the laundry detergent or we can use the bands for that. So the way that we're gonna do front raises, we got 15 seconds left on the clock. Front raises, we're just gonna be right here. Once again, you could use the band, step on it. Reverse flies, we're gonna be bent over right here. Elbow staying higher than the wrist. And then curls, basic curls, all right? And let's get to it, 3, 2, 1. And if your detergent, if one of them is a little bit more empty, like mine is, you can go ahead and switch about halfway through, and it's time to switch. That way, shoulders are getting evenly worked, staying away from the muscular imbalances as much as possible. So right after this, we're gonna get to the reverse flies. I'm gonna set these down. I'm gonna use the band for the reverse flies just to show you guys different pieces of equipment that we can use. Perfect, so we're gonna be right here. Coming up, keeping our elbows higher than our wrist, nice and wide. This is gonna be working our posterior delt, or the back of our shoulder muscle. It's gonna help tie in, give it that nice round appearance, right? Because we tend to do a lot of presses, which is gonna make our anterior deltoid, which is the front of our shoulder, much bigger, and the posterior and time tends to get neglected. So we wanna make sure that we're hitting them nice and even. So right here, just the basic curls. Elbows gonna stay fixed at the side, or if they're gonna travel forward slightly. So what that's gonna do, it's gonna help us get maximum contraction on that bicep muscle. Since it is a biarticulate joint, it's crossing over two joints, right? The elbow and the shoulder joint, and it's gonna tie in with the shoulder muscle. 3, 2, 1, and time. We got 30 seconds before we get to block 4. And so what that's gonna do, it ties in, and since we're able to get that shoulder into that extension, it's helping that bicep also get that full range of motion and getting that complete stretch right there. Stretch and contraction, all right? So moving on, we're gonna have side hops, high knees, and shoulder taps for block 4. For that, we're just gonna set our band up. You can use a t-shirt, piece of paper, anything you got. Side hops, just back and forth right there, and go. Then right after this, we're gonna get into high knees, and it's gonna be just your basic high knees, just in place, just like that. And then shoulder taps, we'll be down in push-up position, just tapping the opposite shoulder like that. Oh no, my carpet's getting all bunched up, as you guys can see that. Turn your hips with it, move a little bit quicker, speed it up, slow it down, bigger hops, switch it up, and time. Go ahead and rest, and we're gonna get right to the high knees. Kick that out of the way, straighten out the carpet a little bit. Knees up, toes up, chest up, arms pumping cheek to cheek. Side profile, that's what we want it to look like right here. Very easy to modify if you need to go a little bit slower or not bring your knees up so high. That's perfectly fine. If you need to go medium or nice and high, whatever you're able to do, make sure you push yourself, and time. And we're gonna be right into these shoulder taps. Core is gonna be nice and tight, and you guys can challenge yourself if you do it on a super nice soft carpet like this one that I'm doing. My feet continuously slipping back, so it makes it a little bit more challenging. Are you also going? Yes, so some days, most days, depending on what coach has what devices, we'll be live streaming on both Facebook and Instagram. We'll always have it, and time, good. So we're gonna have 30-second rest. We're gonna go back to the top. Depending on what coach has what devices, we'll be streaming. We'll always be streaming on Facebook, but if we can, we do stream on Facebook and Instagram, but also they're all gonna be embedded to Facebook, and they're all also gonna be uploaded to YouTube. That way you guys can go back and watch them whenever you want. So yeah, it's gonna be in the archive. So we're gonna be getting back to it. We're gonna go through the whole thing one more time, but go ahead, pause the video. Feel free to pause it, get another round in, by yourself, so that way we're finishing together, all right? So we're gonna get right back to the warm-up. We got about 10 seconds left on the clock, roughly. So jumping jacks, supine leg kicks, and those knee drops. Jumping jacks, and go. Once again, jumping jacks can be modified too. If your shoulders kind of bug you, and you can only do one of these guys, that's perfectly fine. Or if you got little knee problems or some hip injury, you guys can literally do this right here. Go alternating. It's a nice way to make it low impact. It's gonna save your body. If your feet are achy, if you have plantar fasciitis, or anything with your metatarsals, phalanges, it's gonna help save that and not put as much pressure on it. And good. Right back to those supine leg kicks. Left leg's gonna be bent. Right leg's nice and straight, kicking up, stretching out those hamstrings, keeping that core engaged, keeping that lumbar spine flat on the ground with that posterior pelvic tilt. Good, short time, we got 8 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and immediately switch sides. Then right after this, we're gonna be getting into those knee drops, staying on our back, alternating, dropping the knee, touching it side to side. It's a nice one, nice and easy, loosens up the hips and low back a little bit. Get a nice little crack in your back. So once again on this, make sure you're kicking up nice and high, but not so high that your butt's coming off the ground. Just a nice, decent stretch, right? 2, 1, and time for those knee drops. Knee up, drop, touch, down. Knee up, drop, touch it to the ground, down. And when we do this, the idea is to try to touch this knee and keep this opposite shoulder down to the ground when we're doing it. Obviously, you'll be able to see where you have tightness, so when I drop this knee down, it's much harder for me to try to keep this shoulder blade down than it is on my opposite side. Everybody has one side, it's a little bit tighter than the other. We got short time, 2, 1, good. So we got 30 seconds rest before we're moving back to the block. Core block with the hollow body hold, the side planks, and the sit-up. So remember, from the last round, try to challenge yourself. Easy E, what's up, baby? We got 14 more seconds of rest. Once again, that core block, we're gonna be doing those hollow body holds, the side planks, and the sit-ups, challenging ourselves, trying to do more reps on the sit-ups than we did the last time, and on the other ones, just try to engage a little bit better, right? So right back to the hollow body hold, boom. And if you're just jumping in, the modifications for this, all right, we can have our hands down here on our abdominal, making sure our core's engaged. We can reach right here, trying to reach our hands on our back to make sure that we can't, because our core should be nice and tight, right? Ideally, we want our arms to be here. That way there's more lever arms, there's gonna be more tension across the core and the abdominal muscles. And right here, we want it, if we're gonna have our hands right here, we wanna make sure that we're not cranking forward on that head. That way we're not straightening that neck as much, right? And good. And we're gonna hop right to the side plank. Modification once again for this side plank. We can have our feet staggered on the ground if you want it to be harder. Stack those feet on top of each other. Make sure these hips are staying up. They're not sagging down here, all right? Up nice and tight. Keeping that core engaged. You'll see me, I like to touch my abdominal muscles when I'm working core. Make sure everything's tense where it needs to be. It's also a reminder, oh, my hips shouldn't be this low. Make sure I'm keeping everything nice and tight through the entire duration of the movement. And good, go in, switch sides. Popping it up. Keeping that core nice and tight. There we go, keep that core engaged. Good. Once again, also make sure you guys are checking out the other coaches' videos, right? Live streaming, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till 11. All right, Monday through Friday, full body workouts, speed workouts, more full body workouts. Make sure you're checking them out. Try all of them, try every coach, and time. And great, we're gonna be getting right to those sit-ups. Boom, right here. If you wanna make it a little bit easier, you can have somebody sit on your feet, or you can tuck them under a couch. You could put dumbbells underneath your feet, under a chair, really anywhere. Kind of help hold those feet down. Give you an anchor position, something to be able to pull off of. All right, we got 6 more seconds. Then we're gonna be resting before we move on down to block 3, upper body pump block, and 1 more. Time, perfect. And so for the next one, I'm gonna be using the resistance band instead of the laundry detergent for all 3 of the exercises, just to give you guys a little bit of variety, all right? So go ahead, get our band back. We got 8 seconds on the clock. So remember, we're starting with the front raises, just coming up right here. Nice and slow, isn't anything super fast. Good, just like that. Up, squeeze, get just like a quick pause. That's one thing that's beneficial to bands. Also, it's very easy to change up the resistance. If you notice, I just switched from 2 feet to 1 feet. So that's gonna change the resistance. There's not as much pulling down on the band. Also, bands have constant tension throughout the range of motion, to where if we use dumbbells or a barbell, we tend to not only swing a little bit more, but we're using a lot of momentum and that gravity, so we're not keeping the muscle under tension throughout that duration, right? So bands help us do that. Alrighty, so now we're gonna bend over just a little bit and be hitting those reverse flies right here. I'm gonna go a little bit wider on this band since it's a little bit easier. Side profile once again. Elbows stay higher than the wrist. That's gonna help us target that deltoid a little bit more, right? It's gonna keep the muscle tension in that muscle. Right after these, we're gonna swing up and hit those bicep curls. Make sure here we're not rounding our back either. Nice flat back. And good. Right to the bicep curls. Elbows in nice and tight. Once again, they can travel forward slightly, help get through that shoulder extension. You'll get a little bit more better bicep activation, but keeping it nice and tight. Try not to swing. Keep that core tight. Neutral spine. Really squeezing and flexing those biceps at the top. Every single repetition, right? All the way up, all the way down, full range of motion. And perfect. And we're gonna rest. Then we're gonna be moving on to the next block. And for the second round, we kind of jumped out of order a little bit. So we're gonna be going back and doing the forward, backward side lunge, the push-ups, and the squats, and then we'll move on to block 4, right? So you guys to switch it up a little bit throughout the workout. Make it fun. Get a little bit of a different kind of pump, doing things in a little bit different of an order. We got 3 seconds on the clock. 2, 1, and let's get it. So we got that forward, the back, right to the side. So when we're doing this, drive straight up through that heel and midfoot. Same thing when we're doing that backward, and same thing to the side, all right? Driving through the entire foot, planting it into the ground, keeping it nice and stable. That way we're not slipping and sliding anywhere. Want to make sure this knee's not diving super far forward, and that this knee's not buckling to the side, all right? Everything nice and straight as possible. Last rep. And good, go ahead and switch sides. Same thing, try to make every single rep as nice, controlled, methodical as possible. Perfect form over weight, any day of the week. Here we go. We got 6 seconds left on the clock. 2, 1, and time. Perfect, right to the push-ups. Remember, chest and chin always touch the ground, or else the rep does not count. Full lockout in those elbows. Slight flexing in the top right corner. My view might be your top left corner. Some trophies. Hey, just subtly flexing. What's up? We got 8 seconds. 2, 1, time. And right back to the body weight squats, getting down as low as we can. Right here, keeping that chest up, no hunching forward, all right? Nice 45 in that spine, getting down as deep as we possibly can. Every single rep. If we're only able to make it down to parallel or slightly above parallel, that's perfectly fine. But if we can go ATG, which means all the way down, then I'm gonna recommend that if we could do it without any pain, we don't have any injury. And one more, and perfect. Good. So we got 30 seconds on the clock. Then we're gonna be getting into that last block. One more time. We're gonna be starting with the side hops, the high knees, and the shoulder taps. Alrighty, 10 seconds. Then we're gonna get to it. Finishing up together. This last block, last cardio block. You guys doing great so far. Let's keep it up and ready to go. So once again, just side and go right here, stay nice and square. We can turn those hips, switch it up, speed it up, slow it down, switch it to single leg. You want to make it a little bit more challenging. Or just keep it together, nice and easy. There you go, a little crisscross. Challenge your brain a little bit with it. Woo! Almost like you're doing some karaoke. And time, right to those high knees. Once again, very easy modification for these. Just bring those knees up a little bit right here if we need to. Or even if this is difficult, if we just have to stand and lift each leg up. Nice and easy, just like that. That's perfectly fine also. If we're able to get those knees up and continuously pump those arms and legs, absolutely do it. Knees up, toes up, chest and chin is up, arms going cheek to cheek, and good. And right to the shoulder taps. Last round, keeping that core nice and tight. Try to make sure those hips have minimal movement through the duration of the exercise, keeping everything nice and stable, right? So if you gotta slow it down, to think about your body, to focus, to be a little bit more aware, make sure it's not flailing around everywhere, then speed it back up. Once you have control of your hips and your core, make sure everything's not moving, and time! That's what I'm talking about. Fist bump. Nice work. So remember, if you didn't pause the video and hit another round, make sure you guys go ahead, get another round after this video. I'm gonna stay live for about another minute in case you guys have any questions. I'm gonna be here to answer them, whether it's about live streaming, other alternative exercises, fitness, nutrition, anything like that. Also, let me know if there's anything that you guys would like to see from us at T3 that you guys haven't seen in any of our videos yet so far. If you just found us today or you're just tuning in, make sure you follow us. We're on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We're across pretty much all social media platforms. And also throughout the duration, we are going to be posting live workouts Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. till 11 a.m. They're going to be streamed definitely on Facebook. Most of them will also be on Instagram, and they will also all be embedded on Facebook for you guys to go back and rewatch anytime. And then they're also going to be uploaded to YouTube, so that way once this pandemic kind of settles down and everything goes back a little bit back to normal, or whatever our normal is going to look like, you guys go on vacation, or you're just going to visit somebody somewhere, or you're just not able to make it to the gym, you guys will be able to pull up these workouts on your phone, on your laptop, on your computer, even on your TV. There's YouTube applications on TVs. You can even get into Facebook on TV now. You guys will be able to go through and watch these workouts and do them literally from anywhere. If you guys want to go to the park, you guys want to go to the beach, no matter where you're at, you guys will be able to pull these workouts out and be able to get them in anywhere. So, alrighty, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you guys tomorrow, bright and early, 8 a.m. We will see you there, and enjoy the rest of your day.